Steve Jobs famously argued that the cornerstone of success wasn't the ability to innovate, but the discipline to say no. Look at the original iPhone. Its design succeeded by removing the physical keyboard and every button except one. Jobs called this negative selection. By rejecting 99% of possible features, he ensured that the remaining 1% received all the energy and resources the team could muster. Most of us do the opposite. We treat productivity as a game of addition: more apps, more tasks, and a constant yes to new requests. This approach assumes that our energy is infinite, but in practice, it spreads our resources so thin that no single project gains enough momentum to succeed. Operating this way leads to burnout because it ignores a basic law of physics. You cannot apply maximum force to 20 different directions at once. To find a system that actually manages this pressure, we have to look at a structural blueprint that predates modern computing by centuries. The Japanese Hakama is a garment designed for high-stakes movement. Its architecture is built on specific geometric principles that practitioners of kendo use to maintain a precise center of gravity during combat. The design functions as a map for decision-making. Its construction dictates how multiple moving parts, the fabric folds, are anchored to a single, stable point. By deconstructing the Hakama as a piece of engineering, we can see exactly how a complex system maintains its integrity through prioritization. The first structural law of the Hakama is macro balance. Front and back sections act as exact counterweights. This symmetry is required for stability, representing the balance between theory and practice, or past lessons versus future goals. If you over-index on theory but never take action, the structure becomes top-heavy. If you fixate on future ambitions while ignoring the reality of your past resources, the foundation becomes unstable. Movement is only possible when these opposing forces are equalized. Without this initial balance, any attempt to focus on specific details will cause the entire system to tip over before the work even begins. The Hakama features horizontal pleats, representing individual tasks we manage. In complex projects, these are constantly in flux, expanding and contracting to create horizontal noise. The only thing holding them in place is a central, invisible seam, the structural anchor. This is the physical location of Steve Jobs' no. It is the point of highest priority. Traditionally, this seam represents the virtues, principles like justice or sincerity. In a strategic context, it represents your primary objective. It's the one rule that cannot be compromised, regardless of what the other pleats do. Because the horizontal pleats are physically stitched into this central seam, they cannot unravel. Their stability derives entirely from their connection to that vertical axis. If you don't have a single, unyielding core objective to anchor your daily tasks, those tasks will inevitably drift into a state of meaningless chaos. The Hakama serves as a connector, creating a path between your current state, the cluster of problems you're managing, and your final vision. Aligning every task with the central seam ensures all energy contributes to the core objective. Real-world results, whether a new product or a personal goal, depend on this structural alignment. If your actions are in conflict with your central priorities, the project lacks the integrity to stay together. It is a common mistake to believe we can reach our goals through sheer volume of work alone, without ever deciding which tasks matter most. Success is a matter of structural stability. To reach your goals, you must anchor your work to a core set of values and have the courage to say no to every task that fails to align with that central seam.